on Cowboy. In this stream, we are going to be talking about how Tesla sold 75% of it to Bitcoin. Elon Musk, the Doge father himself, sold 75% of his Bitcoin and ended maybe this bear market rally, as it were. Bitcoin was going up to 24,000, even higher. And I thought it was a relief rally. I still do. But it was this catalyst that I think was what tanked the markets down and sent Bitcoin down to 22, I think 700 right now. We're going to get into that. We've got a whole bunch of other news too. We've got Celsius leaks, we got inflation, 40-year highs, and Square Enix is going into the NFT market. So there's a lot to cover here in this channel or on this video and stream. If you're new to this channel, my name is Aaron. I'm on a journey to my next Bitcoin while helping you to your next Bitcoin. Not your financial advisor, just a lizard brain cowboy exploring the wild west of cryptocurrency and just bringing you some news from the wild west of cryptocurrency. If you like this type of stuff, give me a like button. And oh yeah, and if you're in the chat, let me know. Or if you're watching this restream, let me know as well in the comment section below. But let's get right into this thing. This is CoinMarketCap, and we're just looking at Bitcoin here, and really everything. Like I said, Bitcoin was rolling up to about 24 today, but it's like a little less right now. Let me see if I can bring this out, see the chart here. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Bitcoin. So more stuff. There you go. So Bitcoin, where's the So Bitcoin's at 22.8, 22.7 right now. I'm looking at it. Oh, here, because I'm looking at markets. There we go. It's looking to be just toppling down. So who knows where the bottom is? I don't know. I'm not claiming to be some kind of genius in this thing, but I do see that inflation is hitting 41-year highs in 9.1 in the United States in June. But more specifically, we're looking at UK inflation at a 40-year high of 9.4 and could hit 12% in October. I think this is massive amounts of inflation that we need to be aware of, because there's whenever we're trading in cryptocurrency, we are trading in a macro environment, and something like dealing with like inflation is like dealing with someone who's always asking you for more money every time they see you. It's like, it's so annoying and you don't realize it, but it's actually killing your pocketbook. I did look up some inflation statistics from other parts of the world. What was very interesting is Saudi Arabia and China and Japan were like 2.5, 2.3% inflation. And if you look down here, Italy's at 8%, Canada's at 8%. United States 9.1, United Kingdom, UK 9.4. But look at these: Spain. If you're there, you're suffering from inflation big time. Brazil, Russia, with all their Ukraine stuff going on, the war, 15.9% inflation. Argentina, I don't even know if these numbers are right, 64% inflation. And Turkey, 78% inflation. What's going on, Jackson? Good to see you, brother. Thanks for dropping into the chat. Just doing some market live updates for you. And so, yeah, I just think that dealing with inflation is something that's choking out a lot of these countries. I'm not sure how their currencies are dealing with. I know the lira is not good in Turkey, so we'll see. Rohit, I think we will see 19K again. I think we have to make those decisions to buy in now at 19K. Because when we see 19K, we're kind of scared that, oh, we'll see 17K. No, it's okay not to time the bottom perfectly. We're not trying to be efficient traders. We're trying to survive and make a little money trading, okay? If you're trading this market, you're not trying to be perfect. You're just trying to be good, okay? Because the worst thing we could do is suffer a loss. And so that's something that I think that we should try to avoid at all costs. So if you don't know and you've already locked in a win, just lock it in. It's all good. I locked in wins at 22,000. I sold my Bitcoin right around 21, 22,000, but it rolled up to 24. I'm not kicking myself because I missed out on like those extra thousands, maybe, but it's fruitless. Especially with like inflation, this macro environment, we don't know. We do know some things. Fed rate hikes are coming in. These are, let's see, back to the top. Fed meeting updates raised interest rates to 75% or 0.75 basis points. That's of last meeting in June, and we're going to expect to see that again. 75 percentage point high basis points, raising July 27th, I believe, is the next Fed meeting. And a lot of people think it's going to be a whole percentage point, which is going to be crazy. So that's happening next week, July 27th. Just be aware of that. One thing that we've all seen is that stock market rallies after a Fed rate increase at least in June 15. And so I've seen it dip while he was speaking, Jerome Powell, while he was speaking, the stock market dipped, and then it rallied back right up because people were buying the dip. I could kind of assume the same thing for this 27. So that's kind of what I'm looking for. Crush Dampened Black Swan started. Not sure about what that is. And Rohit, and what's going on, man? Says nicely said, thank you. Yeah, no problem. So that's something that's just my personal opinion for that. So yeah, nice to see that. Now in other dirty secrets news here, former employees say issues plagued the crypto company Celsius years ahead of bankruptcy. Celsius had a range of internal failures during the years leading up to its recent liquidity issues, according to former employees. Employees who spoke with CNBC painted a picture of risk-taking, disorganization, alleged market manipulation. Biggest issue was failure of risk management, said one former employee. Yeah, so I think this is interesting, right? We already broke up with Celsius. We already know Celsius was a bad actor. The former employees coming out, this is like saying you broke up with your girlfriend for cheating on you, and then your girlfriend's ex, like the man that they were with after, starts to talk to you about all the shady stuff that they did together. You know what I mean? While you were together. That's kind of what I'm seeing from these ex-employees. They're like coming out, they're like, look, they laid me off. I wasn't gonna say nothing, but now I'm gonna say some stuff. And this is obvious, because when you start to have it, these type of markets show who's swimming naked. I mean, that's what Warren Buffett said, right? Show who is using bad practices in their businesses. So show who are the real winners and the real losers. And I think that's just really important to know. Like, hey, Voyager, Celsius, you got caught with your pants down. You got caught with the tide out. That's what happened. You know what I mean? And it didn't just come out of nowhere. And no one's just this victim. It's a series of failures of practice into this. So, or into being a crypto company. Along with that, crypto exchange Zipmex halts withdrawals due to volatile market conditions. Look how happy these guys are. Yeah, because they made out with all your money. I've never heard of this. It's exchange, South Asian Southeast crypto exchange announced halting withdrawals. Again, joins Celsius, Coinflex, Vault, Babel Finance, freezing client accounts amid stresses in crypto markets. Look, this is just another body in the long list of bodies in the crypto sphere. Okay, I think the lesson to be learned here is that the whole point of cryptocurrency, I think, ultimately culminates into DeFi, decentralized finance. You know what I mean? Like we don't use the horse and buggy anymore. Anymore. We don't chisel our words into stone anymore, and we don't need to use centralized financial institutions anymore. When we have DeFi, all these jokers, they're just all trying to get their cut, their share. They're trying to rip everyone off. They take your money, promise you a high yield, but in that in that time to give you that high yield, they're going to lend it to someone else, and they lend it to someone else. It's very irresponsible, a very high risk, especially, I mean, they just all got caught in this bull market, this run up. They were irresponsible with people's money, irresponsible with their decision making, and they deserve to fold. That's capitalism. That's the weak fall, and the weak companies and the weak leaders will fall here. So I thought this was an interesting article here. Crypto firms facing insolvency forgot the basics of risk assessment, says Coinbase. So Coinbase really throwing shade here, but it's true. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's true. I want to read this part here. The issues here were foreseeable and actually credit specific, not crypto specific in nature. Okay, said Tejupal Boyd and Tarnock. Okay, I'm not sure how they say that, but many of these firms were over leveraged with short-term liabilities mismatched against longer duration illiquid assets. We believe these market participants were caught up in a frenzy of crypto bull market and forgot the basics of risk management. This is all correct, right? Even though this is a little shady, but you don't see Coinbase faltering and wiggling like this. You don't. I hope. I think Crypto.com wiggled a little bit with this, but they retracted and they withdrew and they cut down their yield rates. So you got to do what you got to do. Everyone's trying to figure this whole thing out. And in a bull run, it exposes people. It exposes people. To me, it exposes everyone. If you're a marketer, if you're a YouTuber, if you're a crypto business, people will only flock to the best ones, the ones that they like. And so if you are in the crypto sphere or any sphere, in my opinion, I think the lesson here is we have to practice good measurements. And real lesson is that we don't have to deal with CeFi anymore. We don't have to deal with centralized finance. We have decentralized financial institutions that are protocols that are coming up, and I think that will develop over time. But moreover, more specifically for people like lizard brain cowboys like you and me, we need to get better at our crafts. I need to be making better YouTube videos, better streams. You need to be better at your job. We need to make ourselves invaluable so that the value flocks to us in a bear market. I think that's very important to a mindset to have. Now, in Tesla news, Elon Musk, Mr. Doge, tweet something and ruin the whole crypto here. Tesla has dumped 75% of its Bitcoin's holdings a year after touting long-term potential. Okay, so it's approximately 75%. I've seen other articles that says 83% of Bitcoin purchases into fiat. The company invested 1.5 billion in Bitcoin early last year. After a huge rally, digital currency has plunged its value. And then he says here, the reason we sold a bunch of our Bitcoin holdings was that we were uncertain as to when the COVID lockdowns in China would alleviate. So it was important for us to maximize our cash position. Musk said in earnings call on Wednesday, this should not be taken as some verdict on Bitcoin, he said, adding that Tesla is open to increasing its crypto position, crypto holdings in the future. I think that's important. He actually goes on to say it's a sideshow of a sideshow, not his main focus. His focus lies elsewhere. He likes crypto, but he wants to he's killing one focus to really focus on the main thing for him, which is Tesla, which is moving it into a greener earth for him. So I thought that was really interesting to me. I just think the lesson here would be just to be careful when these whales really move. It says here that they were selling it all through Q2. So the part of that downturn was Tesla continuously selling off that Bitcoin, and no one really knew. I think some people might have called it, but I don't think the majority of the people, the voices that I've been listening to, were able to call that. Okay, yeah, Tesla, these big players are selling. I don't know. It's kind of hard to see. Now, in gameplay news, Square Enix launches Final Fantasy VII NFT collection with the help of Engine. Video game company Square Enix is launching a non-fungible NFT project related to its Final Fantasy franchise. Let me just tell you this. I am a huge Final Fantasy nerd, okay? I played it when I was in 5th grade, and I played it all the way through college and stuff like all the newest Final Fantasies and stuff like that. I don't think I'm alone. I think there's a whole bunch of fandom out there, a whole bunch of people who love the franchise, something like Marvel, and would be willing to spend real money. I have a cousin who bought like $500 of the new Final Fantasy VII remake on PS5, and it's like the cloud figurine and all this kind of stuff. This pop culture stuff, it brings out nostalgia in people. It brings out like a motherly care of like this this imaginary fictional character or world. I think that's cool. Everyone's got their thing, their taste of nostalgia, and I fully support it. I personally love this, which is why I'm just covering things that I like to see. But I think the lesson here is just I think when we are seeing the adoption of big companies like Square Enix behind Secret of Mana series and Final Fantasy series and a whole bunch. I mean, it's a juggernaut in the gaming space. Coming into NFTs, coming into crypto, which everyone was calling last year, right? It's only a matter of time before these juggernauts enter in. But I think the real lesson here is that they're going to the other juggernauts in the crypto space. They're not messing with these smaller blockchain companies or whatever. They're going to the biggest one, Engine. It is specifically for gaming. That makes sense. If you've got an unlimited budget of Square and you want to go into NFTs, you're going to go with the other big players. So I think that's the lesson here, is that when we're investing, especially in a bear market, maybe Engine might be the place to go. Maybe we see more out of Square Enix and other companies especially if you've got an eye towards metaverse and gaming in crypto. I think that's important. It's just something that like, it's like an old friend, right? It's like if I see Square and Cloud NFTs, officially licensed from Square Enix, it's like an old friend, like was never into your hobby, then just realized, just started getting into what you were interested in. So it's a nice pairing. Anyway, guys, I've got 2 plays of the day today. These are degen plays. Okay, these are not financial advice. This is just simply my opinion, what I'm doing. The first one is I like this NFT here. It's another Cardano NFT. From Wi-Fi. It's a white series and it's going to go on sale in 11 hours. So if you're watching this stream, this is something that you might be interested in. Go ahead and check it out and see if you qualify for this airdrop. I know I already do. And so, yep, there you go. So I'm going to get this. I'm going to stake it on their platform. It's something that, yeah, I'm just looking forward to. But if you're not into CNFTs, which I've heard a little bit of feedback, I think the play for me right now, I think if I own some of the top 10 coins right here, I think I'm taking profit a little bit. I'm already looking at a 2% drop in 24 hours in Bitcoin. But over on here, I'm seeing like Cardano with an 8% drop, Solana with a 10% drop. I think I'm selling just a small position, like a fraction. But if I have conviction that this is my position, I think that this is a relief rally. I don't even think this is considered a rally. This is like just considered news. I don't know. Well, it's all red, so I don't know if I'd sell. Like it's a little lower than I expected. In my brain, I thought it was a little higher. Shoot, I might buy. So if you think Cardano, well, yeah. See, yeah, I would buy. I think I would buy in a 24-hour spot at a drop of 10%. Yeah, but what do I know? You know what I mean? Like you make your own calls. That's a risky play. I don't know. I think it's right in the middle right now. I don't think I would make a buy or sell call. That's my final call. I would just, for me, I like CNFTs, so I'm going to buy this thing for sure. That's a for sure. I think I'm going to wait. I'm going to see what the market does here. So really no real play today. Anyways, guys, thanks so much for watching. If you like this video, please give me a like on this video. If you like the format, if you like the live stream, if you don't, if you want to go back to dedicated videos, I could do that too. It's just one of those things that I'm trying to test out and see which one I like better. I like hanging out with you guys in the live chat, and then anyone who's commenting, I appreciate that too. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for being here on this channel. Crush, Rohit, and Jackson, thanks for talking with me, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next. Oh, George too. I brought Crow and Shib right now. Yeah, that's I don't blame you. Let me see what Crow's at. And Shib. Crow's at 12 cents. So for me, I'm looking for a higher percentage down, because the more volatile swing down, I think it has more chance to pop up. So I kind of like Algorand. I like Flow. Nah, I didn't really Flow. If I were to make a call right now, if like you put a gun to my head, I'd probably go with Solana. Solana seems like a 10% down, and that's probably what I would be doing. So there you got it. But don't take my advice. This is not advice at all. Anyway, George, see you guys. Have a good night.